Get out of the house, start doing some actions. What is the cheapest, fastest experiment I can run? And go do it. Go!
Around the world, there are thousands of young people making money doing something that they love and solving some of society's biggest challenges in the process. I'll be traveling across Europe, meeting incredible young people who have found success in doing things differently. This is the Impact Blueprint. Slovenia is a wrap. On my way back from Slovenia, I did some research. I needed to find an expert, someone who knows all about how to validate a great business idea. And I think I found just the guy. His name is Luca, he's based in Romania, and he's currently working as the head of one of the biggest accelerators for entrepreneurs in Central Eastern Europe, even though he's just 25. So I'm gonna sit down with him over a Zoom call, and hopefully he's gonna tell me everything I need to know about how to validate a great idea. Luca, I have come here for some advice. I'm trying to build the world's first ever guide on how to make money as a young person doing what you love and while making the world a better place. And I've been told by my friend Anusha in Slovenia that I should go talk to someone who knows everything about testing and about validation. And you're the guy. Introduce yourself for us. Like, who is Luca? What do you do? And what's kind of your connection to this topic?
1.5 years ago, actually, I took over the largest accelerator in Poland, Reactor X, where we terrorize them and we tell them how to properly actually do validation.
I'm coming here with zero understanding of what validation is and how to do it.
How much time do we have? I have 3 presentations on this.
This guy comes up out of nowhere with a PowerPoint presentation. He's giving me a full-blown lecture.
A business is really about making assumptions, right? A hypothesis is 25 people will show up for a small side event. Now, how do we actually test them? Some of them are qualitative, some of them are quantitative. What the fuck am I talking about?
Let me summarize that for you. So your starting point is a hypothesis. You can't be making assumptions. You need a hypothesis. Once you have a hypothesis, you need to go out and test it. There are plenty of ways to do that, but they all have one thing in common. You need to go out and talk to people, either online or in person. When you do that, you'll have answers. And those answers will hopefully validate your hypothesis, and hopefully you'll know if you have a good idea or not. Now, this process is never ending, and Luca wanted us to get a feel for that by setting us a challenge. Then I have the question for you, which is, like, where do I go from here to fully understand what it takes to do validation?
Get out of the house, start doing some actions. What is the cheapest, fastest experiment I can run? And go do it.
I only have a few hours. I basically have by the end of the day because tomorrow we gotta get moving again.
No, you have 3 hours. You don't need more.
Okay. It's 3 hours. I have to come up with the problem, come up with the solution, and then I have to test it.
Yes, and then you have to call me and tell me how it went.
I'm game. Let's do it. Dude, thank you so much. That was awesome. 2 hours and 54 minutes. But first, dance party. All right. After 10 minutes of drinking coffee and 5 minutes of dancing, I think we need to get moving. Party time is over. Time to get our head in the game. So I have this piece of paper, I have this pen, and we have to come up with a problem. Now, I've been thinking about what Yuri told me, which is you have to come up with a problem that's personal to you. So I think we're gonna go to the park next door and sit down and just have a think. Yeah, that's probably the best first step. Let's get the glasses on. Let's go. While we walk, I'm gonna need one of you to be my kind of sparring partner, okay? So Fabian, you're gonna be my sparring partner. Basically just need to think what bothers you on a regular basis or what has bothered you.
So what bothers you?
Many things, but then you kind of get used to it, and that's also the problem.
That's the problem.
The problem is you get used to your problems.
Mission completed.
I have maybe a thing. I'm an expat, right? It's like an expatriate. It's someone who has moved away from their home. And sometimes, because of that, I feel a little lonely or a little disconnected. And this is something that I've personally felt. I think we're coming to potentially an idea. I mean, maybe just for the sake of this, for the sake of starting out, just brainstorm. Open brainstorm of problems. Things that we kind of feel on a personal basis. I see around us that people don't want to go vote, for example. They're not interested in vote. Hey, That might be it.
Dude, we were carrying like...
I think I have the problem. Okay, I'm writing that down. I'm gonna be so tired after this. Problem is done. Now it's time for solution and validation. 2 hours are remaining, and honestly, we have not gotten very far. I think we came up with a problem that I'm kind of happy with. We used 2 exercises for it, the 5 whys. You basically just ask why over and over again. The problem that I've experienced is around the political system. Getting involved in politics as a young person is really frustrating. The complicated process, voting is, you have to go in person, it's annoying. Also, it feels like we're not, as young people, getting a lot of value out of the political system. It feels like everything is broken and almost like corrupt. Hopefully we can find something to solve that. Let's go. It's idea time. We came to a political location, and as our topic is democracy, and now we have to come up with some ideas. I need help though. I'm gonna look at the resources that we have access to that are linked in the description. So basically it's the idea map. So we have to come up with 4 levels. Idea. Actually, wait, what is the idea map? An educational platform that teaches young people how the political system works. How do we make it more cool and fun to take part in politics? Interventions. Wait, ice cream break. When you can't think anymore, there's only one thing to do. Get ice cream. Something like really innovative. And education could have 2 approaches. Okay, so what is our hypothesis? That like information consumption is something they like would do, and that they would participate in like in-person gathering. Okay, let's just go with this. Problem and solution are done. Now it's time for validation. First of all, let's validate the problem to a few people so that it's not just my thing. Like 1 is the assumptions, 2 is the poll, 3 is the calling and messaging friends. We need your help. Go to the next story and answer our poll.
Your call has been forwarded.
Okay, if no one picks up, I'm gonna be in big trouble because I need to talk to these people to get the validation. No one's gonna pick up. Oh, Romaine's calling me. Hell yeah. Romaine, I'm completing a challenge. I need your help. We're trying to validate some assumptions, okay? Do you feel some kind of frustration about like the political system and like getting involved in the political system?
Yes, and I don't see output. Like, the output is too slow.
Would you be interested in consuming content maybe on Instagram or on YouTube if it was made in like a really interesting, entertaining way?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a risk of it not feeling genuine.
Okay, gotcha. And then the second piece would be if we had some kind of like physical intervention, some kind of thing that you're a part of would organize a really kind of fun, educative thing. Would that be interesting to you, or are you just tapped out?
Yeah.
Hey, Romain, that was great. Thanks a lot. He's like the perfect person for this. He cares, but he doesn't care enough to take action, and he also doesn't care enough to inform himself. He just doesn't see the impact of his action, so he doesn't care. I have another friend, and I want to call someone who's actually in Europe. Okay, we're running out of time, so I need to do it while we're walking. I need to complete a challenge. I need an interviewee. Do you actually feel a sense of frustration about the political system?
Yeah, there's no progress in any of these.
Right, no progress. Are you aware of the European elections coming up?
Yes.
Are you planning on voting in those?
I was.
Are you interested in any way in political content online?
Yeah.
Your company was to host some kind of like little event that was about, I don't know, political involvement, or is that something you would be interested in?
I think I would.
Perfect, thank you so much. But we're really running out of time.
Yeah.
We got the results from the poll, and the results definitely speak for themselves. So clearly there's awareness, but there's no involvement and no desire to get involved. So the problem is validated. Now it's more the question of the solution, which is exactly what it is. We have a few ideas, but this we would need to test, and I think we're out of time. Okay, I think I need to call Luca. Luca, it was hard, man. 3 hours was not enough.
Yeah, 3 hours is rough. If you put in, instead of 3 hours, 24,
Yeah.
this could be very interesting. I mean, it's a challenge. You nailed it, by the way. That small amount of time and stopping for ice cream, take this 24 hours.
I think we don't have 24 hours because we have to keep on our mission, but I need to know kind of what the next step is.
So Martin, you've done some experiments, you've run some pieces. That's good and all, but you gotta now talk to someone who's actually run it and who's actually done some business modeling for this. So next up, talk to someone about your revenue, about your pricing strategy and so on. Good luck on your next chapter.
And we found him. His name is Lucas.
If everything we do for money can only work if it harms others, then we can't function as a society.